Hey y'all, Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas Football, here in the concourse at City Bank Stadium in Forney with my Friday night instant reaction. Let's start here in Forney where the Malakoff Tigers absolutely dominated tonight. 58-20 win over Winnsboro in a battle of undefeateds, and it was all Malakoff from the jump. The Tigers' speed and running game, just way too much for Winnsboro. Kyler Finney did what he could, but Malakoff just a superior team. Start to finish, top to bottom, Jamie Driscoll's ball club dominated. Congrats to Malakoff. They get a rematch with Brock next Thursday at the Ford Center in the state semifinals. Brock defeated Malakoff in the semifinals last year. Staying in 3AD1, Franklin gets their revenge. They knock off Lorena to advance to the semifinals. Franklin's playoff winning streak is the longest in the state at the moment at 16 games. Lorena beat them in the regular season. 52-49, late field goal. This time it was all Franklin from the jump. The Lions offense got rolling. Lorena had no answers. Congrats to Mark Fannon's ball club. How about the Rio Grande Valley? Brownsville Veterans Memorial down 28-7. Rallies in the fourth quarter to send the Rio Grande Valley into a frenzy. The Rio Grande Valley has a state semifinalist. It's Brownsville Veterans Memorial. Stuns Corpus Christi Miller 35-28 in front of over 10,000 people at Sam's Stadium in Brownsville. What a moment for Brownsville Veterans Memorial in the Rio Grande Valley. We thought they'd get their state semifinalists. We didn't think it'd be Brownsville Veterans Memorial, but Brownsville Veterans Memorial on to the state semifinals. A huge, huge story down in South Texas. In Class 4A, a couple of huge results in East Texas. Let's start in Division 1. Chapel Hill knocks off Kilgore 21-19. Chapel Hill stops Kilgore in a two-point conversion late in the game, recovers the onside kick, gets a first down to convert, and the Chapel Hill Bulldogs avenge a 40-16 loss in the regular season to defeat Kilgore. That is the third year in a row Chapel Hill has beaten Kilgore in the regional finals. Unbelievable performance from Jeff Reardon's ball club, and the kind of win that can really turn that program from a team that's, most people think can't get over the hump. This might be the moment Chapel Hill gets over the hump. They'll take on San Antonio Davenport in the state semifinals next week. The big story, Carthage and Gilmer. What a game. For the second week in a row, Carthage plays an absolute classic. This time they fall to Gilmer 47-44 in overtime. A huge upset in East Texas. Gilmer leading by 1. Carthage out of timeouts. Lets Gilmer score late with under 2 minutes left. They let Gilmer score to make it an 8-point game. Carthage, no timeouts left, drives the length of the field, ties the game at 44 with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Their defense holds Gilmer to a field goal in overtime, trailing 47-44, and you just kind of felt like Carthage was going to win this game. Carthage always wins these kind of games. The Bulldogs fumbled on the second play of overtime. Gilmer recovers, and the Gilmer Buckeyes stun Carthage 47-44 in overtime to advance to the state semifinals. Huge win for Coach Alan Metzel's ball club. What a win for them. And Carthage, a very young team. They kind of showed their youth tonight a little bit, some uncharacteristic mistakes, but when you're playing a lot of sophomores, that tends to happen. In Class 2A, the big story, Timpson advances to the state semifinals again. They'll take on Ganado next week. Timpson knocks off Garrison 35-23. Terry Bussey took over in the second half with J.J. Garner down with an injury. Bussey, the 5-star recruit, puts on the cape, doesn't let Timpson lose. The Timpson Bears, their 4th straight year in the state semifinals. They'll take on Ganado next week. And the Panhandle, how about Sunray and Armando Lujan? They roll past Clarendon. I don't know the final. I think it was 67-6, but what a win for Sunray. Quarterback Armando Lujan, a huge game. Throws 7 touchdown passes. Sunray versus Albany next week in the state semifinals. What a performance from the Sunray Bobcats, and keep an eye on those guys. They are really, really impressive in the Texas Panhandle. Finally, in 3A Division II, we get Canadian and Gunner once again. Canadian knocks off Wall. Gunner gets a test from Jacksboro, but pulls away in the fourth quarter to win. We get Gunner Canadian once again. What a matchup that'll be in 3A Division II. I'm hitting the road back to Fort Worth and then hopping on a plane to Houston in the morning to go watch Summer Creek and Hightower. You guys have a great night.